Okay guys, in this last video I'm going to show you how we can use file dialogs to read and write files to make it easier for the user to select where it wants the file written or which file he wants to read. Let's get to it. Okay guys, so remember the GUI we have in the first two videos. So each time I've written a text file or read from a text file, I've hard-coded the text file's path to my file or my stream writer, my stream reader, okay? But what if the user wants to select its own path of where to read from or where to write to? Okay, easy solution. We go to our toolbox and we search for file dialog. And we can see we have two. We have an open file dialog and a save file dialog. Let's go with the save one for the first one. I'm just changing the name to save D. Go back to our writer button. And now I'm going to do two steps in one. So a file dialog will allow a user to choose the path of where the file should be saved, but the user should also specify the file name along with the extension, like output.txt. So first I'm going to put two steps in an if statement and I'm going to write it and then I'm going to explain what it means. So I'm going to say save d.showDialog and then I'm going to say if that is equal to my dialog result, okay. So what does this if statement mean? Well, I'm doing two things in one. The first object or the first method, I'm showing the file dialog so that it pops up and the user can select where to save the file. And the second one is a dialog result. If you see, if I quickly delete this and press my IntelliSense, you will see that this method returns a dialog result. And a dialog result can be anything from a yes, a no, to an abort, or to a cancel. It's those two buttons under the file dialog that says, okay, I want this folder, or cancel, I don't want to go through with the process anymore. You'll understand in a minute. So I'm saying my save dialog, show me the file dialog, and if the dialog's result is equal to okay, only then execute the rest of my code. If it's not, display a message so you can see what I mean to the user that says there is no file selected. Okay, I need to do one more thing. I need to extract the path from the file dialog that the user has specified along with the file name and the extension. So we're going to say string path and I want to equal that to what? My save D file name. So this file name, like it says, gets or sets a string containing the file name selected in the file dialog box. Okay, so we want file name. It returns a string, so we're fine. And then we can just put this path right here. So now it is dynamically. It's not hard-coded. So now the user can specify any path he wants and the file will be written to that path. Let's give it a go. I'm pressing on my right button. Oh, no, cancel. And I'm glad it's happening because I want to cancel. I've not put any input in my input box. So if I press cancel, this is what I'm talking about. It can either be save or okay, or cancel or abort. This too is the dialog result. And even if I click here the cross there at the top, it's also going to return a cancel. So if I click cancel, because my file dialog's result is not okay, it returned no file selected. Okay, so that's what the okay and the abort and the cancel is for. So let's put some lines in here. I've write. And let's say I was on my desktop and now the user can navigate to wherever he is, and I don't want to be in my debug folder. I want to be in my root folder of my Windows Format 3. This is my project folder. So now I want to specify a name, and let's change the name to this one. Remember to put the .txt extension, and now I can click save. We have a success message. Let's go to our root folder, and there is this one created at 1520. Let's open it up and we have all our input stored in the text file. Okay, so that's one way we use file dialog so the user can select what's the file name going to be and what path should the file be stored at. Okay, next let's use our open file dialog. Works on exactly the same principle. Let's change it to open D, and I'm at my read button right now. Okay, so once again in my try, I have that big if statement. If open D, first show me the dialog, and if that dialog returns a dialog result of okay, only then execute the rest of my code. else I want an error message displayed to the user. No path selected. Okay, and once again I can remove the hard-coded output.txt with a variable called path. What I want the path to be, I want it to be the OpenD file name. That's a property, it's not a method, that's why there's no brackets. And then I can remove this with path. Okay, once again, this is going to open the open dialog, and if that dialog, if the user presses an OK button, it will execute this code, but otherwise if it exits or click cancel, it's going to display us the message box, no path selected. Let's give it a go. Okay, I want to read now, and now the user can navigate to wherever he was. I'm going to my debug folder. No, it wasn't in the debug folder, it was in my root. There we go, this one, and open. And there we have our text file written. As you can see, it's the exact same output. HD 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and 5, 5. Okay, now let's say I have not selected anything. I've clicked cancel, no path was selected. So I hope you guys are now comfortable with what is the dialog result. If I click open, it's going to turn an OK or even a yes maybe, and we can quickly test that. Maybe it's not going to return OK, it's going to return a yes. I think that will be, no, something's wrong. Oh, it says this is not going to work. Okay, so we can't use yes, it can only be OK. We can even go to the output folder we've created in our previous videos and click open, and there we have those output. Okay, so now the user can select what file needs to be read and where should he write the text files to. Okay, and that's File Dialogs for you.